YouTube, what's going on? Y'all see it, man. We're here at the range. It's range day. We're about to be testing out the Judge, the one that I just copped. Yeah, we empty for right now, at least until we get in there. And this is some of the ammo I'm gonna be testing out right here. We got the Ammo Inc. 45 coat. We got the HSM 45 coat, 200 grain. The Ammo Inc. is 250 grain, and then we got some 410 triple defense Hornady. This is gonna be slugs, so I know these are gonna pack a punch, but until then we're gonna see, and I'll update you guys once we get up in there. All right, we're about to test these 230 round grains, Ammo Inc. Right there. That's what we testing out next. HSM Cowboy, 200 grain. Slugs going in there next. Hornady critical defense. Trying to 410 gauge, I was able to fire 2 rounds, but after 2 rounds, like the cylinder locked up in the hammer. Like I can't even. It's a Hornady slugs. I fired a total of 5 rounds. I did 2, and then the third one didn't want to the hammer didn't want to go back.
The front of the shell, was it stuck?
They are kind of snug in there. Like when you go to eject them, you want to try it out.
I just want to see. Try it again. Let me see if I can see what's happening. Oh, you're
See, like it won't even with the 45 coat. It goes back with
your
ease.
cylinder's not in all the way.
Oh,
there we go.
Rookie mistake.
Nope.
And they fired fine. It's just when it goes to rack that second one, but now it's not okay.
No, that hammer's not coming back.
Break it in.
That could be.
45 coat's fine. It's everything.
Like I was worried sometimes when you fire the shell and piece comes out, and sometimes that'll stick out further than the cylinder.
Oh, okay.
But this could be that it's new and has to be.
Yeah, it's brand new. It's first today. Yeah. I'll probably just run a few more 45 coats out there. It's super stiff.
But it shot the 40.
Yeah, 45 is fine. Both grain and grain is fine.
I think it just might not like this brand.
Okay.
Look at the shape of the rim.
Okay.
Versus that. See how this has like that angle
That
to it?
angle to it, yeah.
So it's not sitting as flush. See how that 40 deeper? That's just sitting deep enough.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it just, your gun doesn't like that ammo.
Uh-huh.
It happens.
Okay.
I'm just,
I'm sad because I bought 2 of these. I got one at home and I brought one to test, so I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
Burn a little at a time at the
That's
range.
what I was gonna say.
And try a different brand.
Okay. All right. So
All right, y'all. If y'all see a little bit of sun glare in the camera, I apologize in advance. It's really sunny out today. I don't know what happened. It was super cloudy earlier, and the sun just decides to come out of nowhere. But with that being said, man, we just came out the range, testing out the new Judge that I bought. And let me tell you, man, this little thing packs a punch. Like I said, I've shot a revolver before. The only other revolver I shot aside from this one was a 44 Magnum, and that was with a 5-inch barrel. Obviously, you see the snub nose on this thing. It's a 2.5-inch barrel, and it does has the ported barrel. That does help a lot with the recoil, but even though you still feel it, man, this thing is a wrist rocker for sure, and it cycles everything well. With that being said, you guys know I always try to bring you the most, honest content possible, especially because, I want you guys going out spending your hard-earned money on something that's not good. This thing was very reliable, with one exception of the fact that the Hornady critical defense was not cycling right. It did cycle. What I mean is that when I would load a full 5 shells in the cylinder, it wasn't the cylinder wasn't rotating. It wasn't getting it right. Like it's like the hammer didn't want to go back, and then I tried to shoot it in double action and give it just a hard trigger pull, and it still wouldn't go. I was able to shoot about, I want to say, a total of like 5 rounds. At first, it did cycle through 2 rounds, and then the 3rd round, when I went to shoot it and cock the hammer back, it didn't want to cock back. And then I tried to do it with the hard trigger pull, and same thing. It didn't want to eject the round. So, I don't know if it's just the ammo itself or what, because I shot the 200 grain and the 230 grain flawlessly. Like I ran about between both different kinds of ammo, the Ammo Inc. and the HSM Cowboy that I had, I think it was about, I want to say 50 to 60 rounds. I brought about 120 between the 2 different types of 45 Colt and then the Hornady critical, that was 20 shells. So I brought about a total of 120 rounds out, and I had planned to use most of it. Being as though the ammo is really expensive, I did plan to bring some back. I mean, being honest with you guys, because this ammo for this thing is really expensive, especially for a 10 gauge, and that's why I'm really pissed off, because I bought 2 boxes of Hornady critical defense, and each box was about 27 to like 30 bucks, and that's for 1 box of 20. So the other box, I had a pretty good deal for it. I actually got that for like 20. So either way, it's still expensive, man. It's about $50, 50 to 60 bucks for like 40 rounds, even though it's, it is shells, but still, for the problem that it's giving me, I don't know if it's just because the gun is brand new. Like, this is literally my first day shooting it. And I spoke with the range officer. He tried to give me a hand, and he said the same thing. It could just be that the Judge is just being picky, and it doesn't like that kind of ammo. Because the 45 long Colt, I didn't run through any type of trouble at all. It cycled well. No problems with hitting the trigger and, anything coming out of it. Like, everything cycled flawlessly through the cylinder as far as the other 2 types of ammo that I shot. But the Hornady critical defense, yeah, it wasn't a go. I mean, don't get me wrong. the 5 rounds that I did shoot, the 5 shells, that was probably the strongest out of the 3. The 230 grain kicks a little bit more than the 200 grain, but it's no comparison to them Hornadys. Those Hornadys are nasty, which is why I'm upset, because I really wanted to work. You know, I wanted to be able to cycle the 410 gauge shells through it, and it was slugs, you know, so it packed a punch. I mean, I'm going to post the content for you guys. You know, you'll see the video, and you'll see exactly the difference of the recoil from when I shoot the 45 long coat and then the Hornadys. The 5 that I got, that I were able to shoot through it, it had packed a punch. I mean, the thing was a wrist rocker for sure, especially with the slugs, definitely. I really hope that I can get it to work eventually. Maybe next time around, I'll come back and try it again. Hopefully, after cycling those rounds through it, I kind of, you know, will break it in a little bit better, because, I mean, it went in the cylinder. At first, the range officer had told me that, you know, he thought it might have been that the rim on it was a little bit bigger on the 410 gauge, which is why it wasn't going in properly. But that wasn't the issue, because I was able to get it in the cylinder and load it up with no problem. It was just when I went to cock the hammer back, this is what it was doing. It would give me like a little bit of a like a push. Like, it was, you see how it's like doing that, like if it doesn't want to go. With the 45 coat, it was no problem, but for some reason with the 410, it just didn't want, the hammer didn't want to go back. It would stop about right here, and I will feel some resistance as if it didn't want to go. And then with the trigger pull, without cocking the hammer, doing it in double action, this is what I was getting right here. You hear that? It didn't even want to, like, I tried my hardest just to pull it, just to see if it was the hammer having the issue, but it wasn't. So I took the 410s out, I cycled the 45s again, and the same thing. Flawless, no issues at all. It ran through it, and then I tested another 5 rounds, and then I tried to go back to the Hornady. I was able to fire like another 1 or 2 rounds, and then the third one just did not want to cycle through. Like, the cylinder would turn, but I just, when it was time to go ahead and actually fire it, it wouldn't really do anything. So that was the issue that I ran into, guys. You know, like I told you, you know, everything ain't perfect, and I'm not gonna sit here and sell you a dream on a gun and make every gun seem like it's perfect. I mean, if it is, it is, right? If it works, it works. But if something doesn't work, even if it's the slightest little inconvenience, I want to let you guys know about it, because at the end of the day, man, I don't need you guys going out there spending your hard-earned money, even though, you know, this is relatively a cheaper revolver, but still, you know, money is money, regardless if it's cheap or not. You know, you don't want to spend money on something that's not going to work. Now, I'm not saying that one reason, you know, just like basically that one reason is the issue why you shouldn't, you know, an issue that you should make you not want to buy the gun. I would still recommend buying it, but as of right now, you know, I'm going to try and get some different type of 410 gauge rounds and see if maybe it was just the Hornadys that wasn't working, because according to what he said, it could possibly be that the judge just does not like the Hornady. But I've seen reviews of other people using it, so I don't know if it's just mine. Maybe it is, but, you know, I'm not done, guys. I'm going to try it again. You know, next time around, I'm going to try it again, and I'll let you guys know how it works out the second time around. But I am going to try and purchase some different type of 410 slugs, maybe a different brand, and then give that a go. But the 45 long coat, definitely, it's a go. I'm going to also be buying some different types of 45 long coat rounds, because like I told you guys, I like to run different types of ammo. I don't like to have the same of too much, because I like to know that, you know, it works regardless of what you're going to cycle through it. Now, with that being said, the gun is a go, man. It packs a punch. This little thing will hurt your wrist, man. After a few rounds going through, it started to make my wrist hurt just a bit, but more so my hand, like right here, like it was kind of like it started to hurt. Like, it sounds crazy, but you know, you shooting a 45 long coat out of this small little barrel, man. It's, trust me, you're gonna feel that recoil, but it's a fun gun to shoot. I like it a lot. Regardless of what happened with the 410 gauge, the 410 gauge shells, still had a great time shooting this thing, man. It really is a strong little gun. Pocket rocket, get off me gun, home defense. I mean, if you decide to carry it, I mean, that's up to you. I don't think I will probably ever carry this gun. I mean, I might get a holster for it, but it'll be more like if I'm running to the store real quick, something like that. But full-time use, like how I do with my 19X, I wouldn't see myself carrying it like that. This would be more so a backup gun. Like if I'm riding around, you know, I'll probably put it in my glove box or something like that. But as far as the gun overall, it's a fun gun, guys. Don't let me discourage you with what I told you about the 410 gauges, because you can go on YouTube and you can see other reviewers, and they'll tell you that they didn't have any issues with any type of slugs or anything like that. So maybe it was just today, man. Maybe it was just me. Maybe the gun's just super brand new. That it was just my luck that it just didn't want to cycle it today. Like I said, I got to cycle at least 5 rounds through it. So, you know, with that being said, it did work. It wasn't a problem that it couldn't shoot it. It just didn't want to. It just kept locking up. Now, if you guys had that issue, if anybody's watching this that has a Taurus Judge already, let me know in the comments, man. You know, I'm open to all types of different help, different types of, you know, tips and stuff like that to try to get it to work. But either way, I'm going to try it again. I'm not going to let that discourage me because the gun did cycle flawlessly. Aside from that, yeah, man, like I said, the gun's a go. Other than that, the gun is a go. I mean, I would still encourage you guys to get it if you're looking for a cheap budget revolver, something that's not going to break the bank. This is it, because, like I said, it still works. You know, it's not like it didn't want to work at all. I mean, one little issue, it can get fixed, you know. I mean, there's plenty of guns out there that's going to have hiccups here and there. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with it. But, yeah, definitely I'm happy I put the grip on it because it did help with the recoil. I couldn't even imagine shooting it without the grip because I wouldn't even be able to get a good purchase on it as if I'm doing now with this grip. The gun is a go, man. I really like it. Like I said, man, if you guys have any tips or you guys own the Judge already and you've had that issue, I did hear about some people saying that the cylinder locks up depending on when you shoot certain types of ammo, and I thought I was running into that issue as well. But I was able to eject the cylinder. Let me see if I can try to do this with one hand. Bear with me. Let me see. There we go. Don't worry, guys. I know you're going to try to say I'm going to shoot myself. There's nothing in there. I would never do that if it was loaded. I just want to show you guys that the cylinder ejects with no issue. And that wasn't the problem. I thought it was. I thought that I was going to have that issue with the cylinder locking up because of the type of ammo I was shooting when I had the slugs in here. And that wasn't the case. So that's why I'm saying that it's got to be something else. Maybe the gun's just, like I said, it's too new. Like I said, the range officer did tell me that the gun could just be very new, and you know, because of that, it's probably just having trouble cycling, or it just doesn't like the Hornady. But like I said, either way, guys, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna come back around to the range, and the second time around, I'll update you guys and see, you know, how it handled the slugs. You know, if it was able to cycle all 5 without having that little bit of mishap. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna leave it here. I don't want to talk you guys' heads off. I got some footage of the range so you can see how this thing shoots. I like it a lot. It's a powerful little toy, man. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a toy, but more so a pocket rocket, pocket shotgun, like I said, get off me gun, whatever you want to call it. I love it. I mean, the design is beautiful. And like I said, I'm not going to let that little issue discourage me. And also, I won't discourage you guys to buy the gun. I would say go ahead and still get it because it's going to work. Trust me. It's just... You know, like I said, all guns come with little issues, man, and people find ways around them. I mean, this wouldn't be the first gun that I had issues with like that, and I've always been able to quickly fix whatever little issues I was having. So, with that being said, guys, man, you know, smash that like button, man. Leave a comment. You know, I love to interact with y'all. Let me know what y'all think about the gun after the footage. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know if you guys have one, what you think about your Judge, because this gun gets a lot of hate for no reason. Like, people make it seem like it's obsolete, and I don't agree with that. But with that being said, guys, yeah, I'm gonna leave it here, man, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'll definitely update y'all once I get the updated slugs and, you know, new ammo. I'll cycle some more ammo through this thing, and I'll definitely come back around with you guys with some updates on it. But as of right now, the Taurus Judge is a go, man. So don't listen to anybody out there, man. Buy what you want to buy. This is the perfect budget revolver. Either way, I love it. And I'm definitely going to be having some more content for you guys with this thing, all right? So until next time, man, y'all guys be safe, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.